I think the term AI agency is just to look different. It's no
So
different
you're
than a
saying that
traditional
this is
agency.
clickbait? This is
Unfortunately,
not really.
unfortunately.
But Braden just said he hates AI agencies, so we started filming immediately. Um, why do you hate him?
Um, I think that it's just kind of a repackaged solution of the same traditional
Mhm.
agency model. Um, like my agency leverages AI, but I'm not an AI agency, and a lot of these AI agencies are just like agencies with 10% AI. If that
Is
makes
that a
sense.
bad thing from a marketing perspective? Because like new business
No,
models, like there's like this classic, I don't know how many times drop shipping has been renamed now. But I remember like working like being friends with some of like these gurus and trying to help them improve their virality and their info product sales and like literally like one of them was doing drop shipping and we were like you should call it like direct sourcing or something. um or like source selling or something and like just coming up with different names so it sounds novel in and of itself. And that is a marketing
it
like
works.
lesson.
Like that's what freelance brand scaling is. It's just running ads for brands, but it's
Growth
just a
operating
different
is a good
name,
example.
right?
It became really popular.
Growth
It's
up,
just like
growth operating.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah, if you can just because there's I don't know exactly who I heard this from. I think it's probably like a Joel Kaplan video. He seems like the type of guy to say this, but it's better to be new than to be better, and it's super super true.
What about new and better?
Um,
Yeah,
New and better is the ideal for sure, but oftentimes people like new things compared to
mhm.
something that's just a little bit better, but the same system. Obviously, everyone's got their own beliefs behind that, etc. But it's overall proven
Yeah.
to be relatively true. For my business, I think we've got a better approach to getting listings for agents, but that didn't really sell as well. So we made a better and different approach, and
What's
that
what's
hit that
really
resonate
what's really different with like
resonated.
AI agencies then? Like what like if people are selling all these like AI growth integration agencies and like AI growth operating or whatever, what is the actual difference? Was like this agency trend's been a thing for 10 years now and it's gotten bigger and better every single year.
I think it's just the magnifying of AI
Right.
within the business. Not necessarily that they're only using AI, but just the fact that that is where they're putting a primary amount of focus as their selling point. I think if you've got two agencies, an AI agency and a traditional agency, based off what they call themselves, and put them side to side, they probably both have pretty similar usages of AI. Obviously, the AI agency is probably going to be
Mhm.
more AI, but I wouldn't say it's like a substantial amount to where it
Right.
deserves its own category.
But there are like genuinely useful things with AI that you can implement into it, the service business framework now.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure,
don't know if you want to share
for
an
sure.
example, but I like there are lots of examples from an advertising agency perspective. Like, there is a lot more that you can do now. You can have AI create websites automatically. And you can set it up to create a new landing page every hour if you wanted to, or every 30 seconds. And like that is genuinely valuable. And I do think there is a big opportunity for people that have not that get ahead of that and learn it really quickly, learn how to use tools like Claude Code and Claude Bot, um, and like learn how to host their own software. And build it quickly. There's
I
such an
think
advantage there. Like all of your internal dashboards now, you don't use other tools, right? You don't use other software products. You just build everything yourself using AI.
And what's nice about that is you can see I think you can see trends so much better than
Sure.
compared to Google Sheets. It gives you way more
Yeah.
customizable like options as far as what you want to view the dashboard. And there's so many other usages. Like you can definitely
Yeah.
refine a system quite a lot. Um, if you've got a traditional, let's say, calling system for calling
Yeah.
leads that come in, and you switch that to, maybe adding like an AI step within there where they get an AI call and then
Mm-hmm.
they're routed to a human. It can definitely significantly increase the amount of throughput that one rep is able to get. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of scenarios like that where I don't necessarily think, I mean, honestly, there are things right now that AI is
Yeah.
just starting to just do better than humans in general, and there's no need. but I think a lot of things
Yeah.
are just definitely getting enhanced, and that's
Yeah.
that's the big
I
value
think
prop.
we'll get there to the point where you can have like, I mean, actually, I think the best engineers in the world could create concrete systems already where like they are fully ran by agents. And you're starting to see like tech companies doing this. Um, but for the most part, like there is going to be a difference between like the regular agencies that never adopt AI and they're gonna be dead. Uh, yeah.
Question, question. Do you think that fully AI, as of right now, as we speak, is good? Because I was looking at something, and there's like like video review platform or video review systems on
Yeah.
different social medias, YouTube, TikTok, etc. Like some of them, especially TikTok, has went like fully into just AI. Like there's not a human
Right.
checking any of those videos. Like they just get auto DQ'd or sent through. Um, and sometimes that causes more
Yeah.
frustration with customers, um, rather than having like somewhat of a human
Yeah.
variable. Do you think like a
I
mix
think
of both
I made a
is
video about this, but like automation or something. And I think like with any piece of technology that you're trying to automate, you still need to like you need to make sure it's good. So just like just using
yeah.
AI and like making something that's shitty or doesn't work is pointless. Um, there's usually like there seems to be this element of like having a human in the loop or a human involved in the process until it can fully replace the human. I think I'm mostly there with my email. If I wanted to be, like I can have AI respond and like manage my full email inbox, but it's not quite there. It's not quite good enough. So like this kind of steps to get it there where I need to train it more and I need to feed it more data and give it context on all the contacts in my life.
Question on
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So obviously, if
Yeah.
it responds, that's great because it's getting to those people quicker, giving them concise response, etc. But is there valuable information within there that you do need to see, and is there a way for you to still see
Uh
that? Like, is there a summary out of each day or something
uh
like that, so you can have an idea?
that's a good question. I think like I think that like this kind of staged approach, like you can just throw AI in there and see what happens. um, but like there's a process to build it and getting it to work consistently. And like if we take just like an email inbox for example, I think there'll be pre-built like tools that you can just plug in and that will be able to run everything soon. I actually think that will happen this year. But if you're building something like that yourself, you need to like first verify all of its responses and get it to like manually tell you how it's going to handle each one. Is it going to archive the email? Is it going to forward it to someone? Um, and you can kind of get it to like let's say you can get it to like 80% correct, and then there's a bunch of work that you need to do to get it to like 90% and then 99% and then 99.9 and 99.99. And the thing about a human is like, yeah, maybe there's human error, but if you're doing it, like you're going to do it 100% correctly for the most part. The rate of error is going to be really low, and AI is not good until the rate of error is lower than a human. Um, it's not something that you can just like fully replace. To your point about like AI calling, where if you have AI like handling calling completely, it's probably there. Like you can build it for sure, and you can get it to work, but um, you shouldn't just expect to just like press a button and make it work. It's more of an iteration process. Um,
Lots
yeah,
of iteration for sure.
and lots of
Yeah,
like
lots.
refinement and maybe uh like context that it needs to have in order for it to work first.
I do have another follow-up question on that. Just hitting you with all these today. What is there a point of over refining something to where something's good performing and you're almost just like touching
Uh,
it too much
only if
to
there's no
where
only if there's no gain in
like
doing
is
that. It's like maybe like let's say you get like you track your sleep and you get 99 scores. Like maybe there's not really much gain to get it to 100, and like the amount of effort required to get it to 100 doesn't really change anything. Um, and like you need to change the air purifiers set up in your room and like increase the red light intensity and make small optimizations to the sheets that you use for extra cooling. Like there's always the ability to get something more optimized, but I think there's an opportunity cost with everything.
yeah. I think that definitely needs to be weighed because, if you've got like a 20% pickup to meeting book rate,
Sure.
that's pretty solid. If you want to try to continue to increase that, you might look for better offers, etc. But that might honestly lead to more meetings coming on the calendar, but more with the wrong expectation and potentially higher no show rate or cancel rate, thus taking up calendar time and actually being like a net negative. So there's definitely all those
Yeah.
scenarios for
So
sure.
generally, I think as a rule, we should talk. We should talk about this more, but um, B, like, there is 100x opportunity for anyone that's implementing AI into services right now. And there is the ability to be, I think like the top 100 service businesses, top 100 agencies, like ad agencies, are going to get a lot more clients than everyone else this year, and they're going to probably grow
Yeah.
way faster. Um, and then everyone else will struggle if they're not using that in their process, because you'll just be able to do so much more. I can create 100 or I can create 100 creatives a day with a much smaller team than I used to need, and that's only going to get more extreme over the course of the year or two. So in general, of course, use AI, but like understand that the things that we see going viral on YouTube and X are mostly just marketing angles for the same business model that has existed for hundreds of years.
Yes. Leverage AI. Don't fall for, just these agency wrappers is the biggest thing.